For the whole
All right, we are live. Yeah, late as always. But what's new?
That's just because you can't stop nerds from talking, and we just keep talking and talking and talking.
Exactly. So it's all fun. Hey, we're still better than Geek and Sundry because we don't have 30 minutes of a character loses their mind before we actually get rolling. That's the PG
Are you
version.
sure? Because never mind. I don't
Yeah,
question
I mean, maybe it's the GM loses his sanity, but I'm not.
Give me a
dissing on
sanity
Geek and
roll, sir.
Is that 1 or 2d20?
It's always 2d20. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You need 7 successes.
I rolled a 17 and an 18. I think I'm insane.
Well, that sounds complicated.
I have played a D&D game where you also had a sanity meter on top of your health meter, so you could legitimately go insane.
Oh.
I mean, that's half the fun of those ones.
It's true.
So, this episode is going to start at like 7:30. You all have a senior staff meeting at 0800.
Really?
But as you're all getting ready, Yorin, you notice you have a message on your computer.
Oh, goody. Someone wants to talk to me.
And it is text.
Trundle on over. Oh, wait. No, before I do that, I have to get my special tea from the replicator. And then I'll bring it back. And then I'll be sitting. I will sit very deliberately, and I will fix my. Oh wait, I'm not in my uniform yet. Oh well, I will fix my off-duty shirt, and look very dignified while I very deliberately push the button.
Mm. You see a text communique pop up, and it reads, "I'm disappointed in you, Yorin. He still lives."
Oh,
Still
snap.
lives.
I'd like some new tech to assuage my disappointment. You'll know it when you see it.
Yorin kind of cocks his head and tries to think back. Who still lives? Oh, that guy. Guy? Girl? I never met this person. How could I have failed this mission already? I demand a recount. And he looks at the message like it's going to do something. And it, of course, doesn't.
It disappears.
Yorin picks up the little computer pad on it and is like, tilts it around, turns it around, upside down. Well, that's just rude. I guess I'll see what I can do.
We flash over to Zip's quarters, and as you're getting ready, you also notice a message on your computer.
Well, I'm writing first. So, just typing out, I'm just going to say, so, if that wasn't bad enough, now he's decided to try different personalities, and I can't tell what's worse. So, any help you can give me on this, really appreciate it. It's just too much.
I just realized who you're talking about.
Sincerely, Cousin Hiram. P.S. This is all your fault, Lewis. Fix it. And then I send it off to Lewis Zimmerman.
Have a momentum.
I'm done.
Seriously, that's fantastic. All right, right after you press send, you see a new message in your inbox.
You couldn't have gotten to me this fast. I opened it up.
I'm disappointed in you, Zip. He still lives.
Yeah, someone's got something against this doctor.
I'd like some new tech to assuage my disappointment. You'll know it when you see it. P.S. Your daughter says hello.
I set the pad down and just take a deep breath. Okay. All right.
And there's an attachment.
I tentatively open it.
Viruses.
You see a picture of your daughter and the lovely smiling face of Elam Garrick. He looks in healthy condition, no bruises, scars, nothing to indicate torture or any kind of distress.
I okay. Wow. I just look at it. The pad. The pad actually. The screen cracks slightly. I'm squeezing it so hard with my hands, and I quickly regain a little sanity and transfer the file to my system and try back tracing the information on it.
Alrighty. You can make a... I'll have you make a... Insight? You feel like that's insight or reason?
I mean, this seems like it would be some kind of a contested role. Probably, I almost want to say control or daring. If you're going, if you're trying to trace back along somebody's spy encrypted communique.
Oh, it's definitely contested, but here.
So I feel like that would actually be a science check.
Well, I was thinking it'd be engineering or security.
There, we'll have it do security. I'll buy that.
Security what?
We'll have it. Yes, security what? We'll have it do daring. We'll do daring security.
Daring security.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
It'll be just like that scene in Hackers.
Huh? Oh yeah, life accurate. What's the difficulty?
It's one. It's contested.
Yeah, it's one contested. Right. So it's a measure of your successes versus presumably Garrick's successes.
Okay. So I have a computer's focus. Will that apply?
Yes.
Sounds like it should.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to spin that momentum I just got.
Okay.
Yeah, so three dice. And, okay, so you said daring security at 13s with focus on 4.
I will be spending some threat.
Okay. Yeah.
Will not tell you how much, just some.
Right. 8, 6, and 1. 4 successes.
Nice.
Couldn't get much better than that, I guess.
You successfully dodged your way out of 2 of the 17 traps he laid.
All right. So, the good news, you have not triggered any problems transferring the file. You will have a file on your system. The bad news, as you're starting to track back, you notice that this thing has been routed through so many different systems, so many different communication networks. You recognize a few of them: Klingon, Federation. You see evidence of a Tholian network, a Gorn network, a Romulan signatures in there, a Cardassian signature, and you see about 4 signatures you don't even recognize. I can give you a full list of other signatures as well, but because of how many different things this has been through, determining a point of origin and an original code for where this originated and what kind of system it originated from, you're not going to have any luck.
But does he have something significant for his successes?
No.
Oh.
Just proof of the message.
Proof of a message. Knowledge that it has been routed through a bunch of different places. Basically, I'm trying to give you something, but
right.
you don't have enough to get a lot here.
Okay.
If necessary, bring this up later, and it'll count towards your benefit.
Mostly, I'm telling you, it was a tie.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better.
And ties give you something without giving you
anything.
Everything. Yeah, it's a tie, especially a 4 success tie, is meant to be both sides get to accomplish things. So the sender of the message isn't going to lose out here. But you're also not losing out because you've learned that whoever this is very skilled at determining things here. I will tell you, as you're looking through everything, one thing that catches your eye that shouldn't be there is that there is a Dominion signature. And there's no reason that Dominion would have anything to do with the routing of this this message.
Sent all the way to the Gamma Quadrant and back.
And that's certainly a plausible...
But that would just be silly.
Yeah.
All right. So all of that probably takes you about 20 of the 30 minutes you have to get ready. And now it is nearing 0800 and you all have a senior staff meeting. So if anyone would like to do anything before that time, try to meet up with someone on the way to that meeting, we can certainly do that.
Second.
Real quick, I'm just going to I'm going to take the pad and I'm going to stand up and I'm going to throw the damn thing as hard as I can against the wall. And
smash.
Yeah, and then I'm going to start looking up some ship schematics.
I thought you were going to say meditation techniques.
Any particular ship schematics?
Comm systems.
Of this ship or a different ship?
No, internal comm systems.
Okay. You're having a really bad day. You get nowhere with the computer.
Wi-Fi's down.
And that's about the nicest way I can put it because you don't want to know what I rolled.
It's complicated.
So you broke up there. I didn't hear after bad day.
You're having a really bad day. You're not getting anywhere with the computer.
All right. I can use my normal knowledge later. Okay.
Eventually,
that's fine.
Yes. But in this time, you're not getting anywhere.
I wasn't gonna do anything special. I was just trying to familiarize myself with a couple systems before the meeting. Yeah.
not gonna happen. So
I'll just go off. Okay, go off memory.
It's
That's
got
fine.
that stupid YouTube loading symbol, but never actually loads. Those little 8 dots in a circle that just keep going round and round, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or it's the beach ball of death.
I pick up my whole desk and throw it against the wall now. All right.
Because I had a bad day. The comms are down.
Someone opened an attachment with a virus.
not that bad, but yeah. All right. So anyone else before we get to?
I want to meet up with Second. Is Second coming?
If actually for this, yes.
Cool.
Oh, he's part of senior staff too. That's great. Love it.
Well, he's part of the recent crisis.
For this meeting, he is attending. Yeah.
He's special. He's one of us. I'm not going to start chanting one of us, but know that I wanted to real bad.
Okay.
I felt it. I felt it in your voice.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Nice roll, David.
So yeah. Okay. So yeah, sure. You meet up with the hulking Borg fella on the way to the turbo lift. He's kind of standing there waiting for the doors.
He's really big? How big is he?
No, he's about 6'4", 220. But
that seems kind of skinny for 6'4".
But with the Borg plating, it's just he's kind of big.
Cool.
Think he kind of looks like an NFL linebacker.
He should probably definitely be closer to like 250, 300.
Okay, fine. He's like 280.
There you go.
There,
he's a pro wrestler.
Opinions on his body. How do you think that makes him?
Yeah, it's like, wait, are you body shaming the Borg?
I don't know.
Leave the Borg alone. They have enough body image issues.
You were the one who said hulking.
Okay, fine. So he's like 6'6" and like 290.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better?
Thanks a lot, Will. Thanks a lot.
Hey, that's better for us who are his friends. Kind of. Or at least acquaintances.
Now he's going to have to duck when he goes through the doorway.
Oh, so did Shaquille O'Neal, and he never had any problems in life.
He did do the Alakazam movie, right?
Okay, let's debate the career of Shaq off air.
We could spend hours at that.
Besides, I like Sinbad's Genie movie better.
Okay. So like I said, second of 3 in front of the turbolift doors. You're in walking up to him, the hulking fella.
Hey, how goes, my friend?
It is interesting. I have accessed the knowledge bank that I downloaded at the station, and I know what we are heading in for. He kind of shakes his head. I fear we are not ready.
What? You got a free preview and I didn't? Yorn kind of pouts a little.
I did not see you attempting to interface. Wait, you weren't even on the station. Well, I did not see you attempting to interface with an Iconian knowledge bank.
Did that still happen in this universe? I guess
Yes.
that's a possibility. Well, no, because you came with us from the other universe, and I assume we're in like the turbo lift now as I'm just kind of rambling on about, okay, yeah,
Sure.
you're this universe, you're my universe, and then this universe. Did we do that in this universe? Did you check if we did that in this universe?
It does not matter. I mean, you still rescued Mikhail, meaning at some point
true.
you went to Omega Draconis, means that somebody would have gone to the station. I am not feared, meaning the crew knows of my existence, so I was rescued. It seems plausible now.
Yorn kind of has his arms crossed and he's listening intently. He's like, nodding his head along. Yeah, that makes sense.
We do not know if I interfaced with the knowledge bank in this universe, but that seems irrelevant to this because I personally did. I believe, as humans are fond of saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemon cake.
Make life give the lemons back? Wait. No, that was something else I was reading. Oh, well, I'm sure it will come to us eventually. These humans are silly creatures, aren't they? And I will proceed to just make random small talk up until we get to the meeting.
Didn't one of them once write Friday, everybody get down on Friday?
Yeah, I remember that one too. I remember just the famous words of an old Earth philosopher. I believe it went, "Never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around and desert you."
Was it dessert or desert?
Not sure. They did have a lot of deserts on their planet at the time, but I'm sure I can look it up again later.
And what does chocolate cake have to do with any of this?
Probably something with Sanvana.
That would make sense.
Wait, how would you know about that? Oh yeah, never mind.
All Betazoid counselors love chocolate. It's in the rules. It's in the Star Trek rules.
Oh, counselor, I did not see you in the turbolift. Sorry about that.
I was just silently in the back writing notes.
She just stepped in while we were talking. We weren't even facing the door.
I was rather enjoying the ride, actually. I had some time to finish some case notes, and I didn't have to talk to you.
I live to please. I believe your general order was everyone but me keep Yorn distracted.
Yes.
I read that email.
With a squint.
And I appreciate your ability to please. Now, if you excuse me, I just need to finish these notes before the turbolift stops and we go to the meeting.
Ding.
Oh no.
Lieutenant, when did the turbolift start dinging?
Well, I don't think it was a turbolift thing. I think that's just something that...
Oh, Yorin, was that you?
You can't prove anything as Yorn puts his tricorder back in his pocket that he used to interface with the turbolift to make it ding.
And now that turbolift will ding every time it opens.
Yorn, remind me to get you in the schedule for later this week. You and I have to have a nice long talk about interfacing with different ship systems.
I mean, that sounds like something you should be talking to Ani about, but
it's really more of a boundary conversation. less of a ship systems conversation. I'll send you an email with the details. I don't really feel like getting into it. The coffee hasn't quite hit yet.
Oh, I love emails.
I know you do.
Seconds just walking, listening, nodding. Not quite sure what to do with the senior staff.
Yeah, because we totally don't act like seniors.
No, you do not.
In my defense, I would act like a senior, but I'm constantly with Yorin. And it's a little bit like...
And in my defense, Second does not know what regular senior officers are like, so we are his shining example of Starfleet.
I go and take a seat and continue taking my notes, scribbling on a pad that I brought with me.
Commander Tess is already in the observation lounge when you get there. She greets you, Lieutenant. Second.
Oh, Tess, what a coincidence! I was just finishing up some notes here. We'll definitely have some interesting things to talk about next week when you come in.
She kind of bats her eyes, not just questioning, whatever happened to doctor-patient confidentiality?
Yorin looks at her and is like, I know, right?
It was a joke, Tess. You gotta loosen up.
Yorin gives an just a hint of sarcasm. And then he takes his seat at the head of the table.
Tess glares at him at that moment.
Oh, right. Sorry. And he gets up and he moves over.
Yorin, you can have first chair, but not that chair. You know that's the captain's chair.
Look, I was just checking. We had some mirror universe shenanigans happen, and in my universe, that was my chair.
Wow.
Do I need to make a bluff check?
Would you like to try to make that bluff check?
I'm just sitting there shaking my head, like not. I'm
not even going to take a reroll on that. I've got 3 successes.
Saying anything.
I mean, I'll try to make this roll. Yeah, this is gonna be that. I suppose anything's possible.
Exactly. And Yorin sits down in his, not in the captain's chair, but in his regular chair with a big, bright, smug smile on his face.
Underneath, you feel your 10-gallon hat from Q.
On my chair or under my chair?
Like under the table at the foot of your chair.
Yorin resists the urge to put it on. But he smiles even more inwardly at himself. He does pick it up and put it on his lap, though. But not where other people can see it.
Okay, fine. I was going to make you make a control roll to try to resist it. But
make a will save. Compulsion.
Fine. All right. Other people start filing in, please. Bueller?
Dreg?
No. Tolek walks in.
Dax?
Takes a seat.
I look semi-tired but functional with just doing work on a pad, take my chair, nod at people if they make eye contact with me, say my good mornings, and just keep working.
Well, yeah, because the way shift works is that you work a duty shift and then come to these meetings.
Yep, I'm the night crew, aren't I?
Yeah, you've got Delta shift.
Yup.
Or Gamma shift. I forget which one's last. Probably Gamma.
Night crew.
Anyways, you're working like the 0100 to 0700 shift, and then you like go back to your quarters, shower, and show up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which leaves Zip.
I'll just very determinedly just walk in, take my seat at the table, sit down with a pad in my hand, and just give a non-committal nod to everyone as I fume and steam internally.
A fresh pad?
Yeah, a new pad.
Okay.
Do I notice him fuming and steaming?
How well do you want to hide the fuming and steaming?
Pretty well. I mean, they can see I don't mind them seeing I'm a little business, but I don't want them to see how furious I am.
Okay.
Well, I could definitely feel the fuming and steaming.
You can try.
I can try. Oh,
hey, remember,
come at me, bro.
I grew up on Vulcan.
Contested roll. Contested roll.
But we're talking to Betazoid Vulcan here. You have no chance in hiding your feelings.
Exactly. Contested roll. That's what this is coming down to.
All right.
With my psychology focus, I got 3 successes against it.
I'm desperately looking for anything that helps me on my sheet.
Yorin, what were you rolling?
I don't know, but whatever psychology is, I'm assuming that's either medicine or science and insight.
Yeah, it's insight.
But regardless of what my attributes was, I rolled a 7 and a 4.
Oh, well, okay.
So I figured, no matter what.
Actually, no. So I was going to have this be a command roll because of it being, because of the situation of the meeting. This is coming down to command.
I was thinking this was like, now tell me about your feelings. And most counselors don't have command ability, as we learned from Commander Troy.
Hey.
I mean,
Hey.
Sanvana does.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is insight command.
I only got 2 successes then.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so how many dice do I roll?
2.
Okay.
And then Zip, you are trying to hold it in with your
control security
or
control
presence.
or is it command as well?
Command.
So control command. Okay.
So I got a 9 and an 18.
So that's 1 success.
Jeez.
Now who's the better counselor?
All right, I got a 17 and a 14.
Oh,
I do not have
a
Tongo face. Yeah, I do not have a Tongo face on right now.
All right, so Yorin, you get a pretty good sense that he's upset. Counselor, you can definitely read that he's feeling upset.
Mm-hmm.
About what? Don't know, but
Yorin knows. Well, Yorin guesses.
Yorin has no idea.
It's probably enough that Yorin might want to talk to Zip afterwards about this. I don't want to put words.
Yorin has remarkable insight for how he acts.
I know, right?
So I look up from my pad that I've been writing on and gaze across the table at what's her name? I can't remember. Zip. Trying to catch his eye, and when he finally looks in my direction, I raise.
No, I'm not looking around. I'm looking at my pad, and I'm waiting for the captain.
He is deliberately avoiding you.
I raise an eyebrow and just take a little notate of something on my pad, and then go back to what I was working on.
And Treg's in the room, right?
Yes.
Treg, what's your character's name? I call everyone else by the character. I forget yours.
Tolek.
Tolek?
Tolek. T-O-L-E-K.
Thought that was Sanvana's dad.
No, that's Solek. S-O-L-E-K.
Darn pointy-eared Vulcans, always similar.
So confusing.
All right. And Ta'ani's also there. She's very quiet.
I put it in the chat too. If you ever need to look at it.
Yes. So Tess gets up.
Oh crap! He's higher ranked than me. I mean, never mind. Go on.
Yes. Yes.
Well, almost everyone's higher ranked than me, but
the chief of security should be higher ranked. Yes.
makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they let him have guns. They don't often let me have guns. They try not to.
Do you remember what happened on Xerxes?
Look, okay, that was
a long time ago.
I definitely should have done better on that.
Yeah. Anyways, Tess gets up. Well, I see that the captain is busy on his special project, and she uses finger quotes on that. Yet again. So I guess I'll be running this meeting.
I'll raise an eyebrow.
I would just like to point out that in the alternate universe, you are very excellent at running meetings, so I have no doubt you will do just fine. And Yoren smiles like he just gave her a big compliment.
Is Yoren sitting next to me or anywhere near me?
Probably. So if you want to elbow me in the ribs, go right ahead.
Yeah, I kick you under the table.
Ah!
Do I need to separate you two? Children?
We're actually probably on opposite sides of the table, so that makes more sense.
I guess she... Okay.
We probably have done this before.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably have.
Sorry, I'm just trying a new therapy regimen that requires physical feedback in order to encourage change in an individual. I'll let you know how it works out.
Negative reinforcement was banned under the Berlin Accords in 2037, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I was hoping that was one of those things that we got lost when we came back from the other universe.
You know, I've read your report on the other universe. I know that my mirror doppelganger showed up.
Yeah, I'm not sure we really want to talk about that in front of other people.
Just saying, it wasn't me. There's no need to take it personally.
Oh, I don't take anything personally. It's fine.
She was quite a badass, wasn't she? Oh, sorry.
That's not what we're here to discuss today. We have new orders. We are to proceed to the Vela Pulsar. Now, as our sister ships have made us aware, this area of space becomes highly irregular in the presence of warp fields. So it's going to take us some time to get in there. We have to approach at impulse. And if anything goes wrong, we have to leave at impulse. So Chief, Vax, you guys got to be on those engines. And if you want to do any repairs, upgrades, diagnostics on the warp drive, well, now's your chance.
I rub my eyes out of the sheer tiredness of doing the shift as well as kind of sleepless nights. I set the pad down. Yes, I spent the night shift reinforcing our impulse deck. So if anything goes wrong, it should be able to withstand a little bit more stresses with heat or exhaustion or power output. Whatever you need, it should be available. Just a little bit more.
Excellent. And Tahani, we'll need your piloting at the top of your game. Of course, we always get the top of your game, but we'll especially need it in this area of space. And Tahani gives her an eyebrow raise and a slight nod. All right. As for
exactly how close can we get to this? Are we going to be getting to this pulsar before our warp engines have problems?
Warp engines have problems approximately 3/4 of a light year away.
Is it a full warp core shutdown, or is it just because we can't create a warp field?
We can create a warp field.
Okay.
It's if we do, we start causing problems in the area.
Oh, it might be time to look into the space folding techniques. Yoren kind of smiles and speaks to himself, kind of under his breath.
Yoren, you know full well that the quantum slipstream drive tech is not ready yet, and it's not ready for the Luna class. It's being outfitted to the Vesta class.
Oh, I know. Of course, I'm just in case something goes wrong and we have to improvise.
We are heading towards a pulsar, you said, didn't you?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, they have high amounts of outbursts from their poles. If we can reinforce the shields, it might give us a speed boost in case we get into trouble.
That's an excellent idea, Lieutenant.
I shall look at modifying our shields if you wish to divert my attention away from the other subsystems.
Graviton wave riding, that sounds fun too.
Titan was in the area. Long-range scans. They detected a planet close to the pulsar. Now, we don't think that there's life down there, but the Federation's found life in weirder places. So we're going in to investigate this planet further. Vax, I would like your primary focus to be on making sure our transporters can work in that environment. We'll probably be using shuttlecraft, but transporters for emergencies.
If at all possible, would I be able to book some holodeck times to run simulations in case we have to do emergency beam outs of crew?
It's all yours.
Should I be preparing some kind of like first contact protocol? I feel like some members of the crew might benefit from going over it again. Yoren.
During the Sanvana.
And Yoren, no pets this time.
I resent that remark. I am perfectly capable of... Yeah.
Just exercise control, discretion. Don't volunteer to bring people back.
And they're not pets, they consented, so they are obviously intelligent beings.
Don't you think it might be better to leave him on the ship? He can't seem to control, unless he can promise to control himself.
He's our chief science officer. If we find life on a planet that close to a pulsar, we kind of need our chief science officer.
You drive a hard bargain. I guess I know you're right, but it hurts. It hurts so bad. Just promise me you'll make him go through some training, and at least give him some kind of.
I seem to recall in our last diplomatic mission that I didn't break the Prime Directive.
No, you just brought somebody over from another dimension and off of a planet we were visiting. You know,
okay,
which was within the specs of the mission.
Enough.
Think you're like an old
Glare.
Sorry.
I'm going to turn this thing over to Second of Three. He has more information from an Iconian database that is news to me, but apparently there was an Iconian database where Second of Three was for a few hundred years, and I'll let Second you explain yourself.
Full focus on Second.
He stands up and walks to the forefront of the room and starts tapping away at the display screen, and you see a probe come onto screen. And Second says, This is what the Iconians call an eco-sculptor. Now, why is this relevant? Well,
such good PowerPoint skills.
We have reason to believe, based on some of the telemetry that Titan picked up, that there is one of these near the Vela Pulsar. Now, Titan wouldn't have thought anything of it. And, truth be told, every other ship in the fleet wouldn't think anything of it. It's a dormant probe. But with my knowledge bank, I know what this is. There's a reason it's called an eco-sculptor. It's a terraforming device. And it's a large-scale, planet-wide terraforming device.
Yorin interjects. Are we saying that this is also some kind of a seeding vessel?
It has the ability to take a planet and make it new. To take a moon and make it habitable.
Is it programmed to create life?
That is one of the things. It can create flora, fauna.
Highly advanced.
With the right tech, which we have every reason to believe it's there, it will create sentient life.
Yorn has his thinker pose and intriguing.
And in the wrong hands, this can also be the destroyer of worlds.
Does your databanks indicate what any cultures that have used this before, like a possible planet or origin, or is it unique to the system?
Iconians. It's Iconian tech. And it's Tyethan.
Ty what now?
Tyethan.
Ty what now?
The Tyeth.
Is that the out of character? Is that the thing that we were talking about in the brig the other day?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe we should do a quick refresher on the Tyethans. I don't believe we've had a full meeting on them yet.
We haven't come in contact with them yet. They're ancient. They're a very old race of people. The fact that Martha Zimmerman from the other timeline recognized them, acknowledged who they were, means that there's a very high probability in our universe that they're not dead yet, that they went into a deep sleep and they're back.
any special connection to the Iconians?
There's a few references throughout the Iconian databank. Most of them are associated with death and destruction. Nothing concrete, but if you're as good of a deductive reasoner as I like to consider myself, the logical connection is that the Taithans are or were responsible for the fall of the Iconians.
Oh, excellent.
We need to tread carefully. There's two possibilities amongst many. Two likely possibilities. The first is that this is a trap. That they know that Starfleet is out in the area and they're using this to lure us in. The second is that this is dormant tech that's been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and we need to procure it, destroy it, analyze it, do something with it, but we cannot let it fall into enemy hands. Can you imagine the Romulans with this, the Borg with this, the Gorn, the Breen?
I mean, we all remember Khan from 100 years ago. They had a similar situation, if I recall.
Most of that's very classified. Out of character.
Oh. What? It's 100 years ago.
Yeah.
They just did nothing with Genesis after that? The jerks.
Guaranteed Genesis and everything is still classified.
Genesis, command level, the captain knows about Genesis. At least the existence of Genesis. The full details of it, no. And Tess. When Tess heard about the Taith, she did mention the word Genesis to the captain. So, at least Tess and the captain have knowledge of Genesis. To what degree, you don't know, but the knowledge of Genesis does not run deep.
So, not me. Probably not me.
Your knowledge...
It seems like something I would have been interested if I found out about it, but I don't know if I would have found out about it.
I don't think you ever would have found out about it. I will say this. You wouldn't have found out about it from Federation sources. Gotcha. If you have another way that you think you might have, I'm happy to entertain it.
I feel like before I was before my entire exchange mission here, that I may have been briefed on some of the interesting tidbits that infiltrating founders might have wanted for intelligence purposes. And if anything sounded interesting, that they would have passed me on some information as to what I might look for if it did not seem like it would cause a problem.
Okay, you've heard the codename Project Genesis from that. You know it has something to do with terraforming. You don't know anything more than that.
Gotcha. So I don't know anything about Khan and the eugenics.
No.
Well, not those specific eugenics.
No, but you at least know Genesis and terraforming.
Gotcha.
So
if that's all I know, I'll just keep it to myself.
Yeah. And that was done via roll. So
cool.
I let that all kind of play out.
Wow. I'm totally not a spy, guys, I swear.
In character or out of character?
Out of character.
Because that's a random thing to say in the briefing.
Yeah, that would be...
Hey, guys, I'm totally not a spy, I swear.
I mean, unless I was talking to Garrick, then.
Yeah. Sure.
But hey, terraforming is definitely something. Terraforming and creating new life forms is definitely something that piques Yorn's interest.
Yes. So Tess stands back up, takes the controller from Second, and says, "Well, our mission's clear. We have to pursue this. We have to know what is going on. We cannot leave it alone." So Tani set course for it. It's going to take us several days to get there. And until then, you all know what you need to do. Vax, you have simulations to run. Sanvana, you have first contact procedures to overview.
What do we know about the planet already?
Nothing.
So I thought. So I'll get on scans on the planet.
Yes. Yeah, Yorn scanning the planet is a great idea. Tolek, security drills. We have no idea what we might encounter, both ship readiness and away team readiness. Shuttle readiness. Shuttle combat. Can never be too sure.
Understood.
And
get first and second to help you. Not second, but other second.
It's not confusing at all.
1-0 and 0-1, right?
No. My entourage that I brought with me. Remember?
Oh,
they haven't been around in a while, so people might have forgotten about them. But
right, your recurring characters. Yes, those are totally yes. Not thing 1 and thing 10. Thing 0-1 and 1-0. Yes. Yes, second of 3.
Where was their names? I've got it in here somewhere.
It's totally a thing. All right. If there's nothing further,
Gon Agar and Wreck-It Rax. My Jem'Hadar security officers.
Because you never know when you might need Jem'Hadar.
Exactly. They are very good combat-wise. And have the strength of not quite Vulcans, but definitely more than humans.
We have Jem'Hadar security officers on this ship.
We have a couple. They came with me.
Wonderful.
They are, of course, subordinate to you as the chief of security, unless that changed in the universe.
What could possibly go wrong?
No, I'll let that stand. That seems that's like I said.
Wreck-It is a sniper, and Gon is a former platoon leader, so he would probably be a secondary commander under you.
Interesting.
So I have hammered out an entire regiment on my pad on scheduling all my list to-dos and to double and triple check all the systems and subsystems. I'm just hammering away on the pad.
All right. So if there's nothing else, you're all dismissed.
Yorn heads to the bridge to get on his census sweeps.
Tess also heads to the bridge and takes center chair.
Yorn looks at her a little enviously.
And as she sits, she goes, comfy.
Turns around, only a slight pout on his face. She couldn't let me have the chair in the meeting room.
I proceed to the nearest turbo lift and finish off my work with the impulse deck on the reinforcements I'm going to do. I'm bypassing sleep for a moment just to get some work done.
Okay.
I had down in my quarters to try to do as much research as I can on those races that have
the Marauders.
There you go.
Sorry.
Whatever reason. That created the terraforming device.
Oh, the Iconians?
The Iconians, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
They're still probably dead.
Yeah, you would hope.
Oh right, yeah, we would hope. We got so we've got the brutal Iconian Empire versus the brutal Iconian Empire enemy barbarians.
I haven't said that.
Well, I mean, that's what the Iconians thought of them anyway.
Exactly.
Good old history written by the victors.
Exactly. Or the ones that left a whole bunch of data banks lying around the quadrant.
Look, this was all just an elaborate smear campaign, so 1,000 years in the future. 100,000 years in the future. How old were the Iconians again? I don't even remember.
No, the Iconians were...
Weren't they supposed to be like the progenitors of everything in like the alpha and beta quadrants?
Yeah, they were 15, 20, 20,000 years, something like that.
That's not too bad in the cosmic scale of things.
Nah. I always had the fun theory that Iconians ascended to be Q.
Oh, gee.
It makes sense. Doorways, all that good stuff. But I digress. That has nothing to do with this actual storyline, because who would be mad enough to connect Iconians to Q?
I know, right? Who would be silly enough to have Iconians and Q all in their campaign at the same time? As I hide my hat at my desk.
I mean, at the same time, no, but existing, yeah, you know.
All right, so we were going on.
Yes. So you start scanning. Give me a scan. Give me a reason science assisted by the ship roll.
Cool.
The ship will assist with the sensor science. Anyone?
If we've got days, I'm running these scans. Do I get a different roll each day for more information, or what?
Yeah, we'll do a separate roll each day. Somebody give me a single D20 roll, and your 2-hit is a 15. This is the computer science ship.
I rolled 3. Will that count? I got a 14 on the last one.
Okay. We'll just say only your first 2 count. Is that
okay?
I
got an 11 and a 10, so I believe that should be 2 successes.
It is.
Where did my thing go? There he is. Oh yeah, I have massive science. That's right.
Yeah, you do.
Everyone's jealous of my science.
I mean, sure. Is anyone rolling for the ship?
Did you say 1 dice?
Yeah, just 1 die.
Got a 10.
Yay!
Hey, okay, so there's your 3rd success. All right. Sorry, I should have given you a difficulty. This is difficulty 1 because it's an initial scan. You actually can't get to the planet yet.
Oh yeah, we're at what, long distance?
Extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, very extreme. So yeah, here, have 2 momentum.
Cool.
You notice a small debris asteroid-esque
around the planet or around the... Oh, we lost David. Oh no.
He left us alone. Oh,
I mean, that's always a bad idea.
Can't leave us without a moderator.
Oh.
All right, so I got... Is he back? He's working on it.
Says he's back.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that
hey.
was weird. I guess
Yeah, I got as far as... I think you got as far as, like, rocks.
Ah, okay. So you notice some kind of a debris asteroid field It's
like
about
around the planet or in orbit? Oh,
No.
in orbit of the sun.
It's about a light year away from the ship right now, and it's not between the ship and the planet or the pulsar.
Oh, it's just a different thing that I wasn't scanning for.
Well, but you're also doing wide scans.
True.
In it,
Do I get anything about it? Yeah.
Yeah, in that you're picking up the same metallurgic signature as the probe.
Ooh. I use my science officer ability to try to get more information about the metallic signature.
Yes, you are detecting it is smaller than the probe.
So it's not like spread out among the asteroids. It's actually
it is a singular object.
Gotcha.
And you can tell that it is intact. It has a faint power signature.
I turn around, Captain. Commander.
Yes, Lieutenant.
I'm picking up a signature similar to that of the probe in orbit around the planet, but coming from an asteroid field. How far is it from us? A light year off starboard?
Yeah, off port.
Off port? About a light year off port.
Noted, Lieutenant. Is there any kind of signature coming from it? Any kind of code, distress call?
I detected slight power signatures, but I did not detect any communications of it. Any discernible communications. That is true, right?
Actually, hold on. You're starting. Give me another roll.
Focusing scanners in that direction. Focusing scanners. Doop. That's going to be close. What am I using for this? Reason or insight or control?
Same thing.
I don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember what it was.
Oh, sorry. Reason science.
Gotcha. In that case, I only got one success plus someone to roll for the sensors. Treg, you're not muted. You do it.
Yeah, you want me to roll the computer again? One more? D20?
Yeah, be my computer, man.
Did even better. I got a 7.
Nice.
Yay, that's another success. You are detecting you're detecting a blinking in the power signature. And
like it looks deliberate or regular?
Yes, it is. And here's where I'm a bit of a jerk, but it's going long, short, 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 long, short, short, or dash dot 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 dash dot dot.
There seems to be a regular fluctuation in the power readings. Commander, do you know Morse code?
She thinks it's not my specialty, but I do have the basics of it. Why don't you transfer it to my station and I'll see if I can take a look at it.
I beep boop it over to her.
And she'll make a roll. This is
and then if that doesn't work, I'll just look it up in the computer while she's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that seems like something that'd be in the library pretty easily to find.
You would think that the Universal Translator would take care of this, but
we're Star Trek. We have to do things in an interesting way.
Yeah. So this is going to be a a control command, because that's totally a thing. Well, that's fun.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, so she succeeded and she complicated.
Or she complicated and double complicated, and she got the completely wrong message for us, and then she's going to drive us all the way to the alien homeworld and just be like, "Ba weep, grana weep, ninny bong," and then they're going to open fire on us because she didn't realize she just said something about their mothers. At least that's how I see it. I mean, I'm really just filling space here until David's thing comes back. Hey, there he is. I totally did not say anything about that. No one heard me.
I heard you.
Okay, so I missed your entire last thing after I said I complicated.
That is exactly why I kept talking.
Okay.
We love that logic.
So, I'm going to bank this for now. And it says, need rescue, was attacked, desperate. Send help.
I mean, man, I only saw like 3 dots and dashes, man.
It kept going.
It's future Morse code. Oh. What, you mean you didn't want to read out all the dots and dashes that were going on?
What's our ETA today?
I don't know. Probably like 9
hour and a half.
Yeah, probably 10-ish
hours.
10 hours, yes.
Am I currently anywhere critical right now, or would I be just kind of?
You were on the way to the holodeck, or
okay.
Or no, you were reinforcing stuff in engineering, the impulse.
Yeah, well, we were a few days out, so we fast forwarded to 9 hours away now.
No, sorry.
Yeah, that's what
okay. No. No, this is within the first like.
This is still the same morning. This is like
an hour. This is within an hour of breaking from the meeting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's 9 hours in the
found...
morning, not 9 hours away from our destination. Okay.
Yeah. This is still really early on.
Yeah, I'm just asking our ETA to the system.
Oh yeah. We're still. This is still
days away.
Day, 2 days out of the system.
Is it a correct assumption that we have multiple holodecks?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the entire ship is a holodeck because, or the entire ship has holographic emitters because of Dr. Gill.
Cool.
And that's the new standard.
I'd like to use one of them to get a group of security officers doing some combat training.
Yeah, you could totally do that in
drills,
in a holodeck. In even the cargo bay would allow you could convert it. It would take more power. You'd need to clear that with engineering, but you could totally do that.
More power to use a holodeck, or
a power to convert a cargo bay into a holodeck. Just because if you're doing essentially sparring training. That sort of thing, you can do that in a cargo bay because it doesn't need a full holodeck. But if you wanted to run like a full combat simulation, you'd want a holodeck. So that's your call in terms of how elaborate you want the training to be. If you want a full holodeck,
I'm thinking pretty elaborate. Like
okay, so then you'd want a holodeck.
Isn't such in the planet. Surface.
What's probably happened is that holodeck 1 has been cleared for ship operations right now. Mm-hmm. So if you scheduled it with Vax in terms of running security drills when he's not running transporter tests,
mm-hmm.
That's all well and good.
calm him if he's here right now. I know he's muted. I'll look to Vax.
Oh, I'm still here.
So what's your timetable with the testing you need to do in the holodecks? Because I'd like to schedule some security training around your use of the holodeck.
Honestly, whatever works for you. I can just move on to the next task whenever you require to do your drills. I can realign the shields or the warp drive matrices or the plasma conduits or reinforcing the impulse decks. I can honestly move on to another task. A change of pace might actually be in favor.
Excellent. I'll put it down the holodeck now then, if that's...
I look over my pad. How long will you be in that holodeck?
A couple hours, probably.
Very well. Notify me when you're done, if you kindly could.
I will let you know when we're done.
I shimmy my scheduling around, assuming you're going to take a couple of hours. I've got a 4-hour nap booked in there as well, too. But after I do some double checks on plasma conduits.
Perfect. So I'll have the Jem'Hadar officers and about 20 or so of the rest of the security team meet me down there.
Okay. If you want, we can run through it.
Got anyway.
A fair number. I'd say you may actually have every security officer that's not currently on duty with you right now.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering how many do we have on board?
I'd say because the whole ship's crew is like in the 350, 400 range.
Okay.
And a lot of them are scientists. So you're looking at
10%? 15%?
Yeah, I'd say 10 to 15%. So you're looking at 45 to 60 is there's definitely not more than a department of 60.
Okay. I'll have half of them, and then I'll do another training.
Okay.
Tomorrow with the other half or something like that.
That definitely works. 4 shifts. Yeah, I'd say 40 would make sense because then you have like 4 shifts of 10. Yeah.
Some nice even number would be handy. Not gonna be screwed up
until they start dying.
I see. I know, right?
Hey! We don't wear the color red on this ship. Thank you very much.
Or the Jem'Hadar like permanently assigned to our ship, or is it some weird officer exchange thingy?
They're almost like attaches.
Okay.
But they're part of the officer exchange program with Yorin, and it's more they were brought on as mostly a trust building and showing that not all Jem'Hadar are evil. This isn't a Jem'Hadar are not inherently evil. They weren't bred for this. They were acting the way they were doing because they were following orders. And now, hey, maybe they have some military tactics that they can help teach, and maybe they could learn some things from Federation tactics.
Exactly. We got along great in those combined military exercises on DS9.
Yeah. So they're probably not included in
that one time we found an Iconian gateway on DS9.
Yeah. I mean, that was in the Gamma Quadrant, I think.
Could be in addition to the 40 security personnel then.
Yeah, I would say they're probably extra. It's probably 40 Federation officers plus those two. So yeah, we have 42.
Yay, 43.
That's the answer.
I don't know.
Everything.
All right. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, for the sake of being efficient, you run them through training. That training will manifest as a boost when it comes to the mission. And then there's no need to actually play through the training unless there's something you explicitly want to do.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Back on the bridge, we're going to, because I was going to do this before my internet hiccuped again. When we find the...
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, I know, right? When we find this energy source, Tess orders the ship to investigate. Because it's practically a distress call. And General Order 1 is investigate distress calls. So the ship alters course, and you're far enough away from the pulsar that you can establish a warp field. And this is full warp to the distress call.
Swoop.
And you have to come out of warp slightly away from the debris asteroid field because...
We don't want to warp through floating rocks in space.
Your main deflector's good. Actually one of the best in the fleet. But it's not that good. And at warp, if you hit an asteroid or anything, it kind of...
it's not like one ship going to warp in the midst of a lot of obstacles would completely wipe out an entire enemy fleet.
Nah.
That would just be silly. Who would ever write something like that?
I don't know.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to kill a lot of people very quickly.
Look, like the episode title says, if it doesn't fit, blow it up and start anew.
Wait, is that really the episode title?
Yeah. I'm not saying
anything up yet.
That has nothing to do with the Eco Sculptor.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
All right, let's go visit this other Eco Sculptor. Oh wait, so we're at the edge of the field now.
Yes.
And Vax is back, probably at the point where Vax is still
Napping.
at his nap. And
a couple of days.
This was not a couple days. This was what, an hour, a couple hours?
Okay, there's still a ways to go through the field.
We are outside of the we are still outside of the range of the pulsar's warp disruption.
Oh, here, I'll say this. Vax, you're napping in the chief's office in main engineering. There's a little cot set up for those all-nighters.
Sounds good to me. Actually, I was thinking of that myself, to be honest.
Because right now you're on duty, so it's understood that you're pulling a double right now, so you're allowed to nap.
Although, as well as I'm getting very nitpicky and agitated because my work is taking longer because I'm double inspecting my own work as well too.
Yes.
A little OCD moment.
Yes.
Look, you're just waiting while your code is compiling. That's how everyone does it.
Yes.
So also, could I have an eye roll moment when you all went to warp speed to go investigate the Morse distress code? As I was tinkering with the warp drive, it comes online, you all warp away, just roll my eyes, shut a tool chest, and just go on to my next task.
Typical humans.
Sure. That's probably the point where you're like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to have a nap now.
Turned on the warp engines, jeez.
At which point, Tess now calls down to engineering and goes, engineering, right, we needed the warp drive.
Yeah, blinking on the screen is calibration canceled. And
good thing you were
fine. That's good.
Well, if they were doing anything super important, going to warp wouldn't have initiated.
It's true.
Like if there was a manifold open or something where somebody would have died, there's safety protocols for that.
Yeah.
It would have been like it is a calibration check or just alignment or some. It was incredibly redundant, but it'd be hilarious to see it like at 98%, crawling to 99, and just be like,
no, like 99.3, 0.7. 6.9. Warp drive engaged.
Warp 5. Cancelled.
Like,
as I mic drop a hypospanner into the tool chest and just shut the lid. Like, nope.
It's like, it is so not my day. It is so not my day. I like my job. I like my wait, do I?
Yes, don't think about it. Look, there's a Ferengi ale in the bottom drawer on the right. You know where it is.
As much as Vax might grumble about things here and there or like to prod at people, he is significantly happier now than what he once was.
See, that's important.
It is very important. He is not he's not mad at anybody. Well, except Fred.
And that's just because Fred is sometimes competent.
Yes.
All right. So about a minute later, the warp drive, not even a minute, the warp drive shuts off.
Well, that was fast.
You were only like a light year away.
That's true. And interrupting the entire calibration to start over again.
Due for comic relief.
Yes. All right. And it's time for more scanning.
Oh boy. Where'd my rolling thing go? Rolly thing, why have you abandoned me? 1, 2. Ah, crud. That's not good.
Oh. You want my ship roll?
I don't know. Is it worse than a 20?
Probably bad. You want me to roll for the ship again for you?
No, it's good, I promise.
Yeah. That Treg is my computer bro, man.
Oh, yeah. We should probably be consistent.
Oh, crap.
I mean, David is my computer bro, man.
I mean, I rolled a 1.
That's better than me.
I got a 20 and a 12.
I didn't roll a 20, but it was a 15.
Wow.
Hey, 15 actually succeeds for the ship.
Oh, sweet.
I know. The ship is meant to science.
Yeah.
Have
The
a high
science good.
Or science or whatever.
To censor science. Yeah. If the ship is scanning, it's almost always going to succeed, like 75% of the time.
This ship
Totally
is blinded
almost
me with
always.
science.
Science. It doesn't have a 10 and a 5 then?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
it's a 10 sensor. Or no, it's an 11 sensor for science.
Cool.
Yeah. So how many successes total do you have?
2.
Oh, 2.
one bad one, though.
You're yeah, okay.
And a complication.
Okay. But you have 2 successes. That's the important part.
Oh, you say that's the important part. I say, oh, crap, what's happening?
Hey, complications are what make this game fun. But
Yeah,
you
and that last 1% of the calibration.
We did outfit this ship with the non-exploding consoles, right?
Yeah, you put fuses in all those, right?
No, fuses are what make them explode. You put in resistors and capacitors.
That one then, yeah.
And fuse boxes.
Yeah.
Fuses. They won't be here till Tuesday.
And more importantly, you put in like grounding devices and.
Let me guess, it's Wednesday.
Yes, so it's 6 days out.
Yeah. Okay. So you can more clearly see this is some kind of a robotic life form, sentry, something in that vein. Come up with your own mental image.
It's a ship.
It's a very small ship. Remember, this is smaller than this is much smaller than a satellite.
Gotcha. It's an automated singular person vessel if it was meant to be manned at all.
It's unmanned.
Mm-hmm.
You're detecting no life signs.
But was it built to be manned?
Unclear.
Mm-hmm.
From this distance, very unclear.
Gotcha.
It starts approaching you.
I use my additional information to get its power distribution set up. Is it powering weapons, defenses?
Remember, it is running on low power.
Gotcha.
It is currently using almost all of its power to power the engines.
Gotcha. Commander, the vessel is approaching. I'm not detecting any weapons energy, but it is moving through an asteroid field. I'm a little bit worried about it.
Does it appear hostile, Lieutenant?
At the moment, no. I'm not detecting any weapons energy. It seems to barely be able to keep its engine going.
Hail it.
I try to beep boop open to frequency.
Do you need a computer roll?
Yeah, you're gonna need to make a.
I switch broadcast button to on. Can't be that hard if the shipyard does it to go live every day.
Wow! You wound me, sir. Just for that, I am raising the difficulty now. You're gonna need to make a daring.
I have dared to.
You're going to need to
anger
make
the Q god.
a daring command roll.
What?
You need a ship roll.
Yeah, the ship will definitely assist you with its communications.
Sorry, what am I rolling now again? Opening a hailing frequency.
Yeah. That okay. In all seriousness, it's going to be a control command or control con. Take your pick.
Ship rolled a 10. I think the ship succeeded.
Yeah. The ship. Really, as long as the ship rolls at a 10, it can't fail.
I mean, as long as I roll a 10, I can't fail. I mean, that's saying nothing of the not 10s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of not 10s.
Would it help the situation if when you said, does the ship look hostile, I pictured the nose art of a Spitfire from World War II with a spooky shark face on it?
If
like
only...
Got a mouth.
All right, I'm rolling. Hey! Wait, is that a 10? No, that's an 18. I got a 7. That's one success.
Oh, I mean, that's something.
That's nice.
Actually, oh yeah, Tolek, you're in the holodeck right now.
I am, yeah, unless someone beeps me.
Yeah, I think Tess is gonna calm you and say, Lieutenant Commander Tolek to the bridge. We have a situation.
Copy that. How long do you think I've been down there, Dave?
You've been down there. You've probably been down there a half hour.
Okay.
You could definitely put one of your second, like one of your trusted seconds.
Yeah, to continue running the drill.
Yeah, one of your lieutenants.
One of your patrol captains.
Yeah, because they know your drills. They could definitely be in charge.
Awesome. I'll put one on in charge and make our way to Turbo Lift.
Yes. All right. So you'll be up there in a couple moments.
Did we open the hailing frequency?
Yes. So you have a channel, and it Tess starts off. I am Lieutenant Commander Tess of the starship vessel USS Hadfield, and it responds with, "There is no time for this. I am Orange Black of the Taith. Need your assistance. Imminent danger. Coming aboard." And at that moment,
gets hit by an asteroid with no shield.
Boy, that would be really unfortunate. At that moment,
how many complications have we rolled today?
2 plus the roll that I made on Zip's researching stuff on the ship.
Well, crap.
But those didn't count.
Oh, good.
At that moment, you detect a power drain in the main computer.
The ship start making alerting sounds.
Oh yeah.
Identifying location of the drain. I'm assuming it's the ship, so I point my
In the bathroom.
sensors that way.
As you scan the sentry, you detect no power signature there whatsoever.
Commander, the ship appears to have gone dead in the water. And then I start running a scan of the computer core.
Yeah, that is going
I'm assuming a hostile AI takeover. Well, maybe not hostile, but
yeah, insight, science, and
boom, I can do that.
The more successes you roll, the more you get to know.
Cool. Is this using ship sensors too?
Kind
of, or ship assist. Well, it should be ship assisted by some way.
I'm going to make the roll for the ship only because
the ship is now no longer our friend.
Things are going to happen for the ship.
Yep. Man, I need to start doing a different roller. I get 1 success.
Oh, so does the ship.
Oh no, that's probably not a good thing though.
No, the ship is with you.
Oh, okay.
For now.
Are you with us?
No, but the ship definitely does assist you right now.
Good deal.
All right. You detect for lack of a better term, another brain inside of the main computer core.
Oh, goody. Shall I attempt to create a welcoming party, Commander?
Elaborate quickly.
From my observations, I believe whatever intelligence was aboard the ship has now manifested itself within our computer.
Do it.
Yorn puts on his hat and pulls out one of those crackers and pops it on the bridge.
Test to Tolek. Reroute to main computer. Possible intruder alert.
I try to find a way to put the brain on the main view screen.
I'll message. I'll comm badge one of the Jem'Hadar and a couple of my guys to meet me there.
Okay.
I'll say the not sniper one.
Okay, that's a Ran. It's not Wreck-It.
That's not Wreck-It. It's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Aranagon?
Ganagar.
Oh, a Ganagar. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you bring up an image of the main computer core. You can see what's inside. But it is essentially circuits.
I look at Tess. Does she look back at me?
Yeah, she's looking at you, kind of shrugging, going, This is out of my hands. This is.
I kind of shrug back. How good are you again with Morse code?
Again, it's been about a decade. I mean, the main computer, such as it is, should be translating it.
Can I open a communication frequency within the ship circuits?
Sure.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? I shrug back at Tess again.
I am here.
Yorn's eyes get big for a second. He's like, oh, and then he just kind of looks at Tess and gives her back the shrug.
I mean you no harm. I had nowhere else to go.
I look at Tess and I was just like, sounds fair to me.
As you should be able to see, I am not harming your systems in any way. Essentially, I need a ride.
Yorn just looks at Tess and is like, Commander?
She sighs in the chair. Yorn, can you mute the audio? One moment. We'll be right back with you.
Yorn's not even sure if he can mute it, but he just like beep boops the button anyway.
Test to Lieutenant Icar. Oh, did Emily,
Icar?
Did Emily?
She just like disappeared a minute ago, but I didn't know if she was saying that she said she had to leave early. I didn't know if she had to leave immediately.
Gosh, John, I like that too.
All right. I'm just going to say, Sanvana, we're going to need those diplomatic protocols earlier than expected.
Hey, I can be diplomatic, Commander.
You're not in charge, Yorin.
Oh.
I have diplomacy as well.
Hey, this one wasn't my fault, probably.
No, it wasn't. I'm the one that ordered us to head this way.
Yorin kind of, tilts his head back and forth and has a little bit of a smug smile and stands up a little bit straighter. I mean, he wasn't standing; he was sitting. He sits up a little bit straighter. We sit at these consoles, right? Yeah.
Sure. Well, you sit. You're short.
Hey, we gotta get short people.
Nothing. Some of my best friends are short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if she's coming back or not.
How long are you going to keep me waiting, Commander?
I look at Tessa. She's obviously kind of like, I thought you muted this, and I'm like, yeah, I tried.
She's also kind of creeped out.
Would the next best be a businessman to negotiate with this?
Possibly.
Hey, I am a great negotiator, people. Come on, I had psychology training.
Also, an engineer might come in handy here.
I have diplomacy too, but I'm about to put a phaser at the computer core, so
Shotgun diplomacy.
Test to Lieutenant Vax. I'm sorry to wake you up, but We have an alien computer intelligence in our computer core. Could you head down to the computer core and talk with it, negotiate with it? Essentially, I need your engineering and Ferengi expertise.
I very groggy, rub my face, wake up, my eyes all bloodshot, tap my comm badge. I'm on my way. Throwing a blanket to the side.
I'll meet you there. Tess stands up. Tawny, you have the con. Don't let Yorin make this a pet. No offense, Orange Black. Because she's pretty sure it's listening.
Oh, if it's wired into the computer.
Yorin looks mildly offended in an exaggerated fashion. And says, Well, Mr. Orange Black, may I call you Mr.? While they're on their way to visit, what exactly did you need us to do? And I'll just try to get the information out of him while they're en route, so they at least have something to work with.
Orange the new black.
I know, right?
It's San Francisco Giants colors.
Well, it could be black-orange.
It could have been black-orange. But
what are Giants?
Or really, really like
second of three.
Are they in the sky?
Giants in the sky with robots.
There we go.
It's like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, but without drug.
I was going to say that sounds more like a Macross thing, but
yeah. Anyways, he says, essentially, I need a ride, and you looked like the kind of ship that might be going where I'm going.
Is it that planet over yonder with the terraformer in orbit?
If you mean the one with the pulsar, then yes.
How'd you end up stranded out here anyway?
I was on patrol.
And you just ran out of gas?
I was attacked.
Well, that sounds bad. And what happened to your attackers?
They were dealt with.
Oh, okay. Yorin kind of relaxes a bit. It's like, cool. Well, nice to have you here. Read any good books lately? I can offer you. There's a great one in our library. It's called Dreams of Sanvana.
Have you seen Infinity War yet?
I have read it. It's a fascinating book. A case study of a human, but not human. A betazoid, a Vulcan.
A Volcazoid.
That does not make any sense.
A
Betakin? I need to learn more about these Vulcans.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunity. There's like 2.5 on our ship.
I seem like I would get along with them.
Yorin looks very disappointed in that. Oh.
They think logically.
Yorin looks even more disappointed. He's kind of pouting now. He looks at Tawny and is like, back me up here? I'm sure she just shoots back a raised eyebrow and is like a shake of the head.
He says, yes, we have learned to be without the need for feelings and emotions. They only serve to cripple us.
I watched an old Earth movie about that once. It didn't end well. So are the rest of them final at the computer core?
Yeah, Vax and Tess meet at the entrance to the computer core, along with the rest of the security detail.
We all get there at the same time.
You get there a little ahead because remember you were on your way to the bridge when Tess rerouted you.
Yeah.
So you've kind of been standing in the computer core, just observing, watching, waiting, not really sure what to do.
Yeah, it's not apparent, right?
There's
nothing there.
There's nothing external happening. This is the presence of Orange Black is in the computer core, and it's that if you haven't spent time in the computer core, you wouldn't know that anything's off. And I don't think that you're the chief of security. You've spent some amount of time everywhere on the ship. That's your job. But you wouldn't notice. There's a little different sound to the room. When Vax walks in, he hears it immediately.
Oh, because of the big ears, probably.
Well, your Ferengi hearing, but also an engineer is attuned to notice the difference in harmonics.
Like a guitar player noticing that the strings are just out of tune.
Exactly. So it's that the computer has a hum about it. When everything's going a certain way, it just works. And now there's something else there. So the sound it's putting out is just different because Orange Black's really good at masking itself. Basically, if you didn't know he was there, like if he had never communicated, outside of the minor blip of power and the fact that a sentry approached the ship, you wouldn't know that he was in your computer core.
Well, before Vax walks in, I tap my comm badge. Select to Commander Tess.
Tess here. Go ahead.
We're in the computer core. We don't see any sign of an intruder.
That's because he's artificial. It's a long story. Essentially, computer programming, but artificial intelligence. He's inside the computer core.
Oh,
that's the short of it. Yeah. So hasn't appeared hostile yet. No need to escalate the situation. But I'm right outside with Lieutenant Vax and the rest of your security detail. I think if you'd like to stay, the two of us can come in, but I think the rest of your security detail can stand down.
Copy. Yeah, they'll be outside.
Okay. So then Tess and Vax will walk in. And so Vax, you walk in and you immediately notice that difference.
I look a little bit disgusted at the sound that it's making, but whatever. When I notice the security officer there, I raise an eyebrow, give a nod, like, hey, it's like, here we are. So, Commander, what exactly is it that you wish for me to do?
Talk with Orange Black. Learn as much as you can. This is first contact. Lieutenant. Ascertain. It's not an interrogation. I mean, perhaps it should be. He did come on board without permission, but he was attacked. His ship was not in good position, not in a good place. Those things can be forgiven. Different cultures have different ways of greeting one another. So do what you do as an engineer, as a Ferengi. I mean, don't try to profit from this. But
heavens forbid. I kind of like just walk towards the computer core, shrugging a little bit, like, oh, okay. I've never done first contact before, so it's kind of like, okay, this is entirely new. So I go up to the computer console and I don't touch it, but I look around, listening to the sounds that the computer's making as I approach. If it changes tone or frequency, if it becomes hostile in any way, I would immediately stop walking towards it. But I'm just going to walk up to the console and just stop temporarily.
As you get closer, the frequency gets slightly higher.
Okay.
But not much. It's not a drastic...
Okay. Even still, it's enough for me to kind of stop and just to pause for a little bit and call out to the main computer core. Orange, black, and I look a little confused. It's like the naming convention's just off for me, but whatever. That's what it's going to be called. So, I'm. Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you, Lieutenant. Is it?
That is correct. I am Lieutenant Vax of the Federation.
Vax. A pleasure to meet you.
You honor me. Not many people refer to me as that, but I'll take it at any moment that I can. I just wanted to let you know I'm approaching the console just to take a look at the systems. Would that be all right with you?
Oh, yes, certainly. Go ahead. I understand. You're an engineer. You need to look after things, make sure everything's all right. You're doing your job. I know why you were brought in here.
I kind of do like the half Ferengi bow towards him, and I thank you. I'm much appreciated. I just didn't want to startle you as I rush towards a console.
Oh no, I understand. You hesitated when the frequency increased. Yes.
I gesture towards my ears. Well, it's hard not to hear.
That was me processing. I was diving through the crew database, researching you and
my face
others.
Drops a little bit when he says researching me.
Not for nefarious purposes, mind you. Trying to learn, trying to understand better who all of you are, so that I might better interact with you, put you at ease.
Ha. Well, there is a lot on that file.
We all have a past, do we not?
Huh.
It is what we do with our present.
I look over the console, just seeing like power readings, any anomalies, if the computer core itself is getting strained or if it's causing any lags anywhere else. Not touching any buttons.
Is Yorn hearing any of the conversation they're having?
No.
Damn.
Orange Black has cut communication with the bridge at this point.
Yorn is very sad now, and he goes about trying to tractor Orange Black ship into the cargo bay, at least, or the shuttle bay.
Ooh, I like that. We can make that roll.
Him and Ta'ani probably.
Yeah, so this will be Ta'ani can definitely take points on that because her con roll will be the better way to do this. So that'll be a control con. Yeah, control con. Which for Ta'ani is a 16.
Oh, that's right. I don't personally have to help.
No, you certainly you could assist if you can justify your assist.
Well, I figure the computer would be a better assistant than I.
So it does actually work where you can have a player make a roll, another character make an assist, and the ship make an assist. But you really have to justify all that. So,
gotcha. This should not be a difficult thing, so I'll leave it to Ta'ani.
All right. So Ta'ani's got 2 successes. Here, why don't you make the ship roll? Cool. This will be a. It's actually a weapons con roll. The way tractor
target it with the tractor beam.
Yeah.
I got a single digit. I can't read what it is, but I think that succeeds.
Yeah, it does. So the way that then works is we do.
All right, I have a zoom. 6.
Aha. Yeah. So that's gonna go really well. And you gain 2 momentum.
Sweet.
Because of things. So that was 3 successes, difficulty 1. Yeah. So with the tractor beam roll of what it is, that ship's coming in the cargo bay with no problems whatsoever.
Or shuttle bay? Do we actually have a shuttle bay?
Sorry, shuttle bay.
That seems like a good place for it.
Shuttle bay, yes. It could be transferred to the cargo bay if you wanted, but that's your rodeo. Or engineering rodeo. Whatever.
I didn't mean to interrupt that much into Vax's speech. I just wanted to be like, man, this AI suddenly got more friendly with someone that wasn't me.
All right. Anyways, so it's in the shuttle bay. If you'd like to, if anyone would like to interact there, feel free at a later time. Vax, back to you and the sentry.
All right. So I gesture towards the console. Do you mind if I just take a look at a few things? Just systems and power distribution, minor details.
Oh, no, please be my guest. Right now, I'm your guest in your computer course, so by all means.
As such, it is Ferengi tradition to make sure guests are comfortable. Are you comfortable in our computer core? Is there anything that we can do for you to alleviate any stresses you may be experiencing?
Well, I know this is probably a big ask, but the computer core is not exactly a long-term solution. I've been doing some research on your androids, I believe they're called.
Yes.
Yes. How long do you think it would take to create an android body for me?
He's not asking for like a Mr. Data body, is he?
Something similar, but it could be something simpler than that.
May I ask you this? When you were on your ship, did you have a physical form, or were you just a set form of programming?
The ship was my form.
I kind of look at the commander just to make sure that, you know, if everything I'm saying is kind of okay. perhaps we could start off with a hologram. One of our holosuites should be able to contain your matrix without any effort at all, and the holomitters on the ship could support you wherever you go. You could have a free experience.
That would be acceptable to start.
Just making sure that Commander, I believe, Commander Test is not like going no in the background or something like that. Like
she's okay kind of going. She pipes up and says, "We would of course need to limit your access to certain vital systems." And as she's saying that, she's going, "Wait a minute, this thing's already been in our main computer."
Yeah,
everything. If we keep you off the bridge so that you don't interfere with ship functionality, and she's going, "Wait a minute, no, it already knows."
It's already been there, done
already
that.
In the main computer. Yeah. What do we just?
My hesitation is it's wanting an android body, and Data was actually pretty powerful as a physical entity. At least this is a virtual one. So at least if it's a hologram, it would remain a virtual kind of entity in some fashion.
I don't know if I'm on the bridge, but I feel like I need to make a suggestion.
Actually, you're the primary choice. I'm running your backup right now. Congrats.
Sorry, my internet died.
We're all gonna die.
You got it. You got the call, but you were like in the sonic shower or something, and then you got it afterwards. So you could probably be on your way there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so you should definitely be on your way to the computer core for first contact.
Mm-hmm.
Send the therapist. She's busy.
Privately contact Tess.
I have diplomacy too if we need me to.
I mean, at this point, it's like fifth contact because it's already gone through me and Tess and Vax.
Here's my recommendation would be to start setting limits, because we're really, like, I get it that it's already been in the computer core, but we really need to start setting boundaries in this relationship. Because we need to see if it's capable. We need to see if it's capable of keeping boundaries, because it's already making quite a few demands, and we're not really sure about how good it is at keeping promises. So if we set small boundaries and it breaks them, then it says a lot about what the entity is like.
This is why I'm thinking hologram opposed to android physical body. Maybe if Orange Black, if you do not mind, maybe we can progress a little bit here. Take some stepping stones. Honestly, you really don't know us. You can look at data records all you wish, but you don't know if they've been forged, and we don't know you as an entity. So this is where we need to start some trust building. So I see no opposition into building you an android body, but maybe we should start off with something small, like some holographic projectors and mild access around the ship, corridors and the like.
Yeah. Fair enough. Like I said, I would like to see things as you see things. I imagine going from the best analogy I can come up with is if you went from your body to a jar. You're still you, but you don't have the ability to move around. And do you understand what I am saying?
No, unfortunately. But
well, let's hope you do not have to experience
what you're trying to say. I can envision it. I can see the path that you are trying to lay down. Unfortunately, my experiences cannot have me relate.
Say, I used to be a space-faring being. I was a starship for all technical purposes. now I am a entity inside of a computer core. Granted, on a starship, but it's kind of limiting.
I can understand your frustration, but you have to understand. But we are trying to give you some leeway so that you could begin to come out of the jar, as you might say.
It is not frustration. Let me not lead you astray with that. It is merely wanting to be back to my former glory. I appreciate everything you are willing to do for me. I appreciate that that A, you have not destroyed me. B, that this is far more of a discussion and not a what would the phrase be? A hostage situation? Because I'm certainly not bearing you any ill will, and you appeared to not be bearing me any ill will, and I'm the interloper here.
This super logical AI has started morphing slowly into Q.
Apparently,
I'm just putting that out there.
I look at Commander Tess and be like, with your permission, Commander, would you be accepting to give our guest a physical form using the holo emitters? Just give it the choices of human, Vulcan, Andorian, just basic images, basically like the old game developing where you get to build your characters and whatnot. Slider bars galore.
Oh, that could take days.
How complex.
Tess goes, well, I suppose I do actually have a choice, though maybe I don't.
Well, I'm not going to put Gorn or Klingon in there. We're just going to start off with something simple.
Though think about it, Lieutenant. Having a Gorn walking around this ship could be quite amusing.
Tess,
it'd be really impressive, especially for where we're going.
Tess has been hanging around Yorn way too much.
Guys, I think that we need to stay away from amusing and stick with practical.
But we would know where Orange Black was at all times because Gorn.
Also, I know Orange Black means nothing by it, but it is causing our computer core to spend a little bit of its memory in keeping this up. Not enough, but if a desperate situation were to come up, the lag might just be enough that we don't alter our course in time to dodge a torpedo or a pulsar shockwave or something. If we transfer him to one of our holodecks, at least it can take up the task and be a non-critical system.
Anything's better than being in the computer core.
I think it's the best solution to our problem.
Though you are missing out on the fact that I can interact with your computer core and make it better.
I think we should hold off on that until let's see what happens when you become a physical form first. Let's try walking before we start running.
Oh, fine. So you want me to learn basic arithmetic before we do calculus?
Well, you said it yourself that you've been kind of encased in a jar for a long time. You might want to make sure that you have your sea legs before we go on a long journey.
Not entirely what I meant, but close enough.
Well, I hope that you can understand. We do want to learn from each other, but I think it's better that we start off slow. For everybody's sake.
Well, yes, and perhaps I have not given you enough reason to trust me. All you seem to know is my name and the origin of my being. That's
where you come from.
I did introduce.
Yes. Think we generally like to get to know people before we let them into our computer system.
Well,
it's a little bit of a nitpicky generation. you know, not generation, but Federation thing. Even though you've already been in there, but I think that if we definitely would have to, the amount of paperwork I would have to fill out alone if we let you continue moving stuff around, I can only assure you would be mind-boggling.
Yes, I too understand. It's everything that gets moved on my patrol route. I have to file paperwork every time I fire my weapons. I have to file paperwork. They just love paperwork.
Paperwork is the universal language of the universe.
Even if it's no longer on paper.
Well.
So what do you would you be okay with our solution?
Oh, yes, of course. I just came across Android Body. I thought it would be fascinating.
Maybe soon. Let's start with it. Let's start with our basic arithmetic and move from there.
I should warn you, I learned quickly.
Well, it's good to know.
So by the time I get where we're all going, may have that Android Body built. Just we may want to get building it.
Well, anything you can do to help, we wouldn't be.
This whole time I've been just hammering away the programming, not initiating it, but just getting it on ready for when Commander Tess gives the order to transfer him over to a holographic matrix.
Not in character, it's very weird to charm a computer. This is odd.
I mean, it was saying that it would probably get along very well with the logical Vulcans on the ship.
Yeah.
And you're totally a logical Vulcan.
If either one of us were trying to kill each other, it could have killed us well before this very moment, as well as us to it. It's it has access to everything that could possibly go wrong in Star Trek lore, and in fact, it has the lore that it could read to understand of how everything went wrong on every starship ever, to then do it to this ship.
God.
All right. So now the fun one. So Tess gives you the nod and says, "All right, Lieutenant, Orange Black, if you're ready, I believe we're ready here." And he says, "Yeah, yes, I am ready." So, Vax, this is a control engineering role.
All right, double dice.
You may want to hold off there because this is difficulty 4.
Ooh, boy.
You guys have
or momentum I could spend.
You have 4 momentum. So, yes. Now, I will say you do have bold engineering. So if you buy at least 1 die with threat, you can re-roll 1d20.
Okay. So that's not too bad. I'll be rolling 3 dice, and one of them could get re-rolled.
But so here's the thing.
I have one with momentum too.
Yeah, you can buy. You buy dice cumulatively. So the first die is 1, second die is 2, third die is 3. So if you want to buy 2 dice, it's a total of 3. If you want to buy 3 dice, it's a total of 6. It doesn't matter how you spend it between momentum threat. You just have to kind of make a choice.
1 threat to momentum will get you to pass.
Yeah, you can do it that way.
Okay.
So you can give me a threat and spend 2 momentum, and then you're rolling 4 dice.
What does everybody think? Is it worthwhile to attempt this and get rid of that momentum that's so delicious?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, the last thing we want to do is accidentally blow up our friend.
That's true. That would make very, very poor first contact.
Or accidentally give him a schizophrenic personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So,
I
4
will.
dice, and 4 dice, and I can choose to re-roll 1.
Yes, and I will say, because Orange Black is in the ship, he's going to be assisting you.
Oh, nice. All right. He's not going to be struggling against it.
No. He's definitely willing, and yeah. So go ahead and make your roll.
Willing and able.
All right. Oh boy.
Oh,
I get one reroll, right?
Well, okay. So what did you roll?
13, 16, and double 19s.
Okay, so here's another thing you can do. You can spend you can use one of your values. I don't know what your values are, but if you have an appropriate value, you can use one of your values to pick up all of your dice and re-roll them.
I don't know if any of my rules of acquisitions would apply, actually.
Oh, read them through. I have a habit of stretching them.
One of them is profit has its limits, but loss has none.
Keep going.
Yeah. Can't remember actually most of them.
Okay, then I probably have a character sheet for you somewhere.
I think I do. I think it's not on this computer, unfortunately.
Okay. Because this is like super important, so.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now that 3rd Gen has assisted, but you don't get that success unless you also succeed.
Yeah.
So.
The bridge can be built on his end, but if I screw up mine, it's just not completed.
Well, and one success does not help you with.
No.
With 4.
I do have I know my ship as a skill of some kind.
Oh, a talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gaining a bonus d20 for finding something with the ship. You have 6. Ooh, be loyal to those who are loyal to you.
Yes.
I mean, it's maybe a little early to being loyal, but it
functions.
It's close enough. This is like you're laying the groundwork for being loyal, and so far Orange Black has been loyal.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like I said, I'm well aware, is if he wanted to destroy this ship, he had access to multiple stories on how to do it.
You did point all of that out first, so I'm willing to let that go.
Okay.
I'm willing to say that works. So pick up all your dice and chuck.
I will not complain against this scenario. Oh, there we go. So, 1, 1, 3, 17.
Whoa. Okay, and now you can re-roll that 17.
All right, let's do it. Got a 16.
Okay, so that's still not going to work, but...
No.
But you said 1, 1...
3.
3, so that's 5 successes. Because every one is a crit.
Vax is painfully loyal. Apparently.
Okay, so you got 6, and you needed 4, so yeah, you get 2 momentum back.
Yes.
See, I mean, as cool as this is, even when I throw out a difficulty 4, you can still do something to overcome it. Like that's this, yeah. Anyways, so you struggle through routing him into the holographic data banks.
I think the first roll was due to exhaustion. That's what happened to that one.
Yeah. Oh, and exhaustion was why it was difficulty 4, not 3.
Fair enough.
Because every factor of a character goes into making the difficulty.
Oh yeah, you bet.
And so the fact that you're exhausted was bumping it up. In fact, every task you make until you get a good night's sleep is +1.
Oh, goody.
So, hopefully you don't have to make too many more.
Hopefully there isn't a warp core leak anywhere anytime soon.
No. I would hope not. Anyways. Yeah. So as you're struggling through this, just having to reroute everything that's going on, because you're transferring kiloquads of data.
Yeah.
Because this is a lifetime's worth of data.
Well, normal systems are like what, teraquads? So this is definitely far more sophisticated than
yes,
what a starship has to deal with.
Yeah, I mean he fit in the central computer quad.
Yeah.
In the computer core. But it's big. This is big files.
It's elaborate.
So you're having to figure out the subsystems you can actually route this through. And you know your ship. And you're able to maneuver everything and just get
and
it
years
all
of tinkering with starships, I know what systems can take what.
Even if it's not in the specs.
Yeah.
You're able to just say, yeah, okay, we can shunt this power through the transporter system, even though it doesn't say that it works. It works. It'll handle it. Not for a transport, but for just routing power, we're good. So you make all of that work, and Orange Black is now stored safely in holodeck 3, and has he's spent some time going through the scroll bars of character creation, and out manifests a lovely male Vulcan, resembling somewhat of a cross between Tuvok and Spock.
Tupac.
Tupac. Felix.
No, more like Spovek.
Oh, there we go. Spovek.
But he's still orange black. Don't.
Yeah.
Blend right in with everyone else.
He's wearing an orange uniform instead of the regular yellow, blue, and red.
No, actually,
black dress pants and orange shirt.
No. Black dress shirt, orange pants.
Ah, there we go.
Even better.
All right, so you have solved. So that crisis has been averted, and he actually now hologram shimmers into the computer core, and goes, "Thank you, Vax, for all of this. I do appreciate your competency."
I reach out for a handshake with his businessy, toothy grin, and it is a pleasure. I'm glad I was able to get this to work. Now, question: how are you handling this? This is entirely different than what you are used to. The inputs must be resoundingly different.
It is unique to have legs and arms, hands, eyes, for that matter.
Appendages, digits.
Well, appendages not so weird. I did have lasers on my ship. My ship
sounds about the same.
Yeah, but
I check over his matrix to make sure it's stable, and make sure that the ship is able to handle all this information. Just make sure he's just not destabilizing in any way.
You give me a insight engineering roll.
14 and 18.
Yeah, good enough.
Bax is very sleepy.
Yeah. You notice like a 0.01% degradation, which is like the least degraded you've ever seen a holographic matrix.
Okay, so it's within tolerance.
That was just created.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Gill's matrix has been active for months, and it's had like a 0.03% degradation.
Okay.
But yeah, for something that's just created and hasn't been through any kind of tuning, yeah.
Aw, Dr. Gill has a friend.
Dr. Gill does not like Vulcans.
I feel like they would be kind of opposites here.
Yeah.
Technically, as a Ferengi, I should not like Vulcans either.
But you find the mechanical intrigue of all of this far more intriguing than the Vulcan.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not the typical Ferengi, nonetheless.
Yes.
So it's like even Vulcans don't really torment me because Latinum doesn't quite work on me like the same as any other Ferengi.
Yes.
I'm not as much of a leprechaun as the others are.
All right. Now, Fax, why don't you say that we go to... well, why don't you say that I buy you a drink? I read that's a custom when somebody does you a big favor.
You know, that sounds good. You know what drink would be perfect right about now? The old earth drink chamomile tea. That will be perfect right now to get a good night's rest.
Okay, I can buy that for you.
If the commander will allow us to carry on to the mesh hall.
She nods.
So I gesture to Orange Black to kind of lead the way, or after him.
Yeah. He walks out and sees a whole bunch of security officers.
It wouldn't be a huge surprise.
Yeah. He says, I see. The backup plan. Well done, Commander, Lieutenant.
What? What backup plan?
The
Standard.
in case anything happened with me. I understand.
You are very... What's the word? Peaceful, understanding.
I just like to escort our guests. You know?
No need to play coy with me. I know if I was hostile, you would have come in here and obliterated me.
Sounds like you're flirting with the Ferengi. Don't play.
What? Just because he offered to buy the Ferengi a drink? That's not flirting. That's genuine gratitude.
That's fine.
What's he gonna do?
That doesn't mean it's not flirting.
I mean, now Orange Black is gonna get him so drunk on chamomile tea that Vax is gonna go to bed.
Oh no.
Goodness.
Well, no matter what the drink is going to get him to bed, it doesn't matter.
I mean, we could give Vax a Red Bull. It would keep him up a little bit longer.
Do we have any of that? Like,
to go to sleep along with the rest of us.
in case, instead of getting additional difficulty tacked on, can I like pop a handful of Red Bull pills every single time I need to do a roll?
You could. That probably has long-term consequences.
That could be bad.
Oh, that's all right. Vax can have like kidney replacements and heart replacements.
Oh no, that's not the long-term consequences I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that after the episode.
Although, to be fair, Vax would probably become addicted to them.
Oh yeah. That's part of the consequences I'm talking about.
He's already OCD about making sure he's not breaking stuff or forgetting stuff. Giving him the ability not to sleep for more hours just means he can be more OCD.
The Ferengi, I am certain, have long ago realized that you can get a lot more business done if you don't have to sleep. So surely someone would have made some kind of stay awake pill, and to make it even more profitable, made it definitely highly addictive.
I concur with that.
It'll probably be called like Tube Grub Red.
I need to do more business so I can buy more pills so I can stay awake longer to do more business so I can buy more pills.
What part of this don't you understand?
It's a vicious cycle. I must complete it.
Or... Okay. So all of this while all of this is happening, who's not been there? Oh yeah, Yorin, you've been on the bridge.
True. Also, a quick time check because I know some people said they had to leave early.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably should dash off right now.
This is definitely the sewing, the knitting, the putting a bow on this episode. So,
Gotcha. So probably no more rules.
probably not. But this is also going to be like a pause in time because from every episode here, momentum and threat is going to accumulate and carry over.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
So,
All right, I'm running off, guys, because my internet's still being silly, and I need to sleep because I have work tomorrow.
all right.
I'm in the same boat, unfortunately. So, well,
All right.
the
Put a pin in it.
All right. Good night to those who are leaving. Sorry to see you go. Thank you for coming.
I'm glad I could make it back. Thanks for having me out.
I'm glad you could too. It worked out with John needing to leave. Always good to have one engineer on the ship.
Have a good night, everybody.
Alrighty. I'd like to know what happened to Tucker.
Yeah, I thought he was coming like 8-ish or something.
I did too, but see, so Tawny's been put in command, and Tucker's not here. Need to talk to him about that. Anywho,
I find this whole situation
very
illogical.
Okay.
yes. All right. So Tolek, you have been observing this from a security standpoint. And we never quite got your take on all of this. I am sorry for kind of weaving around you. It's not intentional, I promise.
We're sorry there hasn't been a gunfight yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry this didn't come to blows. If it had come to blows, you would have been very necessary.
Diplomacy is the best weapon, or something.
Oh, that should be a value.
That should.
I mean, that sounds like a great value for a security. No, for a like a first officer type, or a captain. A captain would have that value.
That's a good one.
Not Kirk. Picard. That's a Picard value.
It is a Picard value.
The best offense is a silver tongue.
Ooh.
Wait a second.
That's a Dominion. That's a Vorta value. That's a Wayun value.
Ooh.
There you go. Make a Wayun character sheet. The best offense is a silver tongue.
Boom.
It's like, hey, we're writing characters right and left here. All right. Actually, hold on. Sorry, I just have something to write here. Don't mind me. Best offense is a silver tongue. It's not like I haven't finished writing Garrick's character sheet. Don't mind me.
What's the word for adages that are taken two halves of wrong proverbs?
Oh,
like we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
I don't know.
I know it was on. It's probably like a meme thing somewhere, but I always love those ones.
Yes.
But anyway, continuing. Is there anything else important for the story before?
Yeah. Okay. So Orange Black is walking with well, I guess now with Tess and Tolek because and Vax, but Vax is no longer here.
Yeah, I'm trailing them for sure.
So I should probably tell you all a little more about the Naba Zid Vendi.
What?
Who would a what?
The Naba Zid Vendi.
The what now?
Oh, sorry. This is the robot talking to them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not there.
It's the. You have it in your files as the Eco Sculptor. But we call it the Naba Zid Vendi. It's I'll write a report. It's far easier for me to do text than verbalize everything. But the short of it is it's a device for creation, and we we used it for terraforming purposes, for dead rocks into habitable planets. And where you see it now is the last outpost of the Taithan people.
Oh.
You see, not all of them are mechanical. There are still plenty of caretakers who have corporeal bodies, like you. To see the machines, the sentries, such as myself, were created to watch over the technology, and the people have been charged with watching over us. But for the last 100 years or so, there has been a civil war going on. And I have, or at least there was 100 years ago, I have not been back to Taith since then. I'm not quite sure which side won. So I've had limited power since I launched, and I needed to conserve power. And, well, as you saw, that was the end of my power. Thank you to whoever towed my ship into your shuttle bay. That may be necessary. Perhaps it can be recharged. Maybe I won't have a need for an android body after all.
A little ding goes on. Oh no, Yoren sneezes and is like, oh. He smiles like some must be someone thinking of him.
Lieutenant Commander Tolek, you will either have nothing to worry about when we get to Taith, or very much to worry about, depending on which side won this conflict. Or perhaps they are still warring, in which case you will still have very much to worry about. But at least as far as I'm concerned, the good guys are the ones that want to preserve technology, not the ones who wish to destroy it. I have read your Prime Directive. I understand that there may be initial causes for concerns. While we don't have warp drive technology, we have made numerous contacts with alien civilizations. We have not superior technology, but highly advanced technology, as you can see from myself. I wouldn't concern yourself with Prime Directive concerns about interference here. And with that, the rest of this conversation kind of continues and devolves into small talk.
And chamomile tea.
Yes, Vax breaks off to the mess hall with Orange Black, and they go to the mess hall, and Tess goes to the bridge. Figuratively kicks Tawny out of center chair, and
You're eagerly waiting for an update since he was stuck on the bridge after all the cool stuff went down.
Yorn, don't worry. Orange Black's fine. He's a hologram now. You can go see him. He's in holodeck 3. Well, maybe. He's kind of all over the ship. Right now, I think he's in the mess hall. Don't forget you're on duty. After your shift, you can go spend time with him.
Jorn turns around and starts beep booping on his computer again.
And as for now, Tani set a course for Taith. This is going to get interesting. I'll be in the ready room briefing the captain.
Oh, right. We have a captain.
Yeah.
I was fully expecting you to just cut there and start like humming the outro song.
And with that, we're done.
What?
Yeah. But on that note, we're done tonight. So. All right. Thank you all for coming, for watching. If you've watched, I don't know that I ever actually saw a viewer, but I'm sure somebody will watch this at some point. So.
I mean, this was kind of rescheduled a little
off
bit.
a day, and I never actually made an announcement. And yeah. Anyways, if you haven't kind of noticed, we are on the build up towards a finale, because this is definitely like part one of a
end of season
multiple episode that might be 2-parter, might be 3-parter.
I mean, we still gotta get Brasha shown back up, and
oh yeah.
maybe...
Well, I will. Brasha is probably a multiple season character.
Oh, I thought it would be more like Q. I want Q to be a multi-season character.
Oh, Q is definitely a multi-season character.
Q is his own season. Oh wait, no, that would be a little weird.
I mean, we could spend like. I would love to do a separate campaign just in Q. Like either as Q, but that would be really broken. Or just like like different characters, different people interacting with Q all the time.
The Adventures of Q.
Yeah. So like somebody's Q, a different person's Q every week. And then other people are the people dealing with Q.
And then there's always that one episode where he comes across the guy that punches him in the face.
Yep. So for the record, you guys have 4 momentum to start the next episode.
Excellent.
And I have a big pile of threat. I will say, I do have a special guest lined up to play a Taithan. So that'll be fun. Mostly because I don't want to have conversations with myself over
what? Ridiculous.
Over like if there are 2 warring sides, I don't want to have the back and forth. And I think it's fun to have like a major plot point having a different voice.
Yeah.
And so having somebody with that, I think is going to be fun. So it's just a matter of schedule and making that all work. So
this is always the case with RPGs.
Yes. So hopefully it's going to be one more person to get scheduled, but I think it's going to work out. I had preliminary discussions with them and I said, hey, it's either going to be in 2 weeks or 4 weeks, just a matter of things. And I think now it's all set up for them needing to be around next time, but there is a chance that it might be, I need to do some writing and some
cool,
some sketching. So it'll be cool.
Cool. By the way, that thing I was trying to think of earlier, it's apparently called a Malaphor.
I will forget that.
I know, right? I forget it every time I hear it too, but
that's cool to know that it's a thing.
All right. Wrap it up.
I'm gonna go eat some Cinco de Mayo food at 10 o'clock at night. on a Saturday.
So live.
Well, I didn't really have dinner before we started, so those were my options.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. It's always fun. So
log out.
Margarita, though.